So today I'm flying in just the old parking lot area. Nothing crazy on the agenda for today. This spot is super boring, but it's convenient, and hey, you know, there are little things you can have fun with. Like I can just ride up these little lamppost things, and I got some trees, and we're not going over here today. Nah, no need. I'm just trying to get in some good stick time to make up for my complete disaster of a weekend as far as stick time and breaking quads goes. So I got these new T-Motor props to try out. So I just popped a set on one of my roosters, and I'm gonna fly it against the HQ 5x4.3x3 V1S that I normally fly. So I've got identically set up quads, because I do run two. Identical setup, identical motors, identical PIDs, identical like everything. The only difference is the props, and it'll be interesting to see how these new T-Motor props work. What's kind of notable about these T-Motor props is that they're advertised as weighing like 3-point-something grams, which is really light, which should be really good for response and maybe efficiency and stuff. They look pretty similar to the Dow like 5051Cs. I've flown those already. You know, not very super impressed with them or anything. They're decent, but they're a bit doughy. So it'll be interesting to see how these new T-Motor Gemfan props stack up. And that's about it. So yeah, blah 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 blah. It's basically time to fly now, and it's friggin' hot. It's like 39 Celsius, but you know that already, maybe, because yeah, it's Dubai. It's freaking hot. What are we flying? HQ again. All right, we can do that. Oops. So if we're going by attrition, T-Motor just won this competition. Anyhow, we have last pack rights for the T-Motor. So we must do what science demands of us. Long story short, I still prefer the HQ props by a hair. By a hair. Why? Because the HQs have just a little bit more punch, and they're just a little bit more crispy and responsive, just by a hair. With these T-motors, you gotta rev the throttle a little bit, so you gotta go up in the throttle to get the power out of them. They're more linear and progressive than these HQs are. However, that same thing might actually be what other people like. So other people might like a more linear power curve, and if you have a bit more of a gentler, flowy kind of style, maybe you would prefer these guys. Since I broke my HQ quad, I can happily fly this guy for the rest of the day, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. So good job, T-Motor and GemFan. I should mention durability as well. So I didn't crash any of these really hard. I did manage to bend one of the rear HQ props here, and I did crash this dude into what I thought was a tree. It ended up being a bush, and these props came out without any noticeable damage on them. So I haven't gnarled up these guys bad yet, so I can't really tell. Like the HQs, you know, they're known to survive damage pretty good. These things, I would say, butt feeling, not having screwed up a pair yet, I'd say they survive damage in a bit of a better way. I think they retain their shape a little bit better, but I would guess that the material is going to be a little less resilient. So I think once you bend these past a certain point to where you might get a fold in the prop or something, that's when I think these guys will be done and you're not going to be able to want to fly them anymore. The HQs, you know, you can actually even if you get a bend in the prop, you can actually bend it back and still fly it to a reasonable degree. So I think the HQs might have a slight edge in durability, but I didn't crash test them super hard. I just crashed as I normally crash. Yeah, a good strong prop from T-Motor. Try it out for yourself and see what you think. Having said that, these, you still can't go wrong with the good old HQs. And that's all I'm going to say about that.